Good morning, everyone. This is Gail Dudley with your News in Motion. Here is your quick rundown and the reasons why my argument I give to each of you to register to vote, then vote in the election. First up, it was a very sad day for America, for the world to lose two legends. One being that of C.T. Vivian and the other being that of Congressman John Lewis. Both of them were legends in their own right, and we are going to miss them. We're absolutely going to miss them. I love a quote that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced in a statement. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Kim. She says, America mourns the loss of one of the greatest heroes of American history, Congressman John Lewis, the conscience of the Congress. So, we mourn them this weekend, but we can do something about that. We can continue their legacy by voting. We can start with voting and raising our voices and speaking up and doing what God has called us to do. Also, Representative Clyburn says the Senate should pass the bill restoring the Voting Rights Act in honor of John Lewis. So let's get that passed. Next up, we have federal officers who were used unmarked vehicles to grab people in Portland. So that was happening. They were driving up, grabbing people in unmarked cars and vans, holding them under arrest. Justice Ruth Ginsburg says she is being treated for reoccurrence of cancer. Excuse me. The Defense Secretary effectively bans the Confederate flag from military bases. That happened this weekend. And then as seen in Slate, after a year, the Supreme Court struck down the occupant of the Oval's attempt to add a citizenship question to the census. He's back at it again, trying to insert that although many, if not all people, have completed their census. Now we get to the numbers. Again, I use the World Health Organization. There were 3,898,550 cases. All right, y'all, the graphics is changing. Younger people are dying away. Ooh, excuse me. And then we have a new record, 75,000 new cases. So that is happening. There are 85 infants under the age 1 tested positive. And then, y'all, we have the governor in Atlanta who is hurting our mayor. So that's where I want to end today. I want us to pray for her. There's a lot of news, but I want to get to this. I want to pray for Keisha Lance Bottoms. That's very important, people. That's important. We have to vote. I've been talking to you about voting. We have to vote. We have to vote, people. We have to vote. Go to vote.gov. Go to vote.com. Go to iwillvote.com. Go to rockthevote.org. We have to vote. He is trying to silence her, a black woman, mayor. Although there are others, Athens and there's Savannah, who's already had a mask mandate. But when she implemented her mask mandate, all of a sudden there's a problem. So he goes to sue her. Speaking as an African-American female, we need to do something. We need to collectively raise our voices, and we can do that by voting. I was giving you the numbers. So we have 3,898,550 cases. Out of that, y'all, we now have, again, 75,000 daily cases. So here's this mayor who says, I want to take and make this mandate a mask mandate. And she waited to see if any other mayor was going to do that. After two, again, Athens and Savannah, both Democratic mayors. So why is it that when she talks about implementing a mask mandate and she signed an order, he goes to sue her, and then he's trying to gag her from making any type of press statements, any type of statements of press. 143,289 deaths. And then we have recovered 1,802,338 recovered. Now, I want you to hear this number too, because I want to keep talking about her for a moment. I want you to hear this as well. Since I gave you the numbers on Friday, Since I gave you the numbers on Friday, there are 203,525 more cases since Friday. So from the 17th of July until July the 20th, where actually was the 19th over the weekend, the number of cases jumped by 203,525. That's a serious jump. So the demographics, it began with 50 and over. Now we're at 22 to 29 years of age. It's becoming the norm, those who are reporting. Remember, in Texas, we have 85 infants under the age of 1 have tested positive for coronavirus. That's in one county of Texas since March, one county. So we have this woman by the name of Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms who wants to protect her people, and she gets sued by the governor of Georgia, the very man who stole the election from a black woman. Now wants to not only file a suit, but silence her. I want us to hear this. I gave you how the occupant is trying to go back after the census to add immigration. I told you about Ruth Ginsburg. This is why we vote. I told you about federal officers are in unmarked cars, y'all, grabbing people in Portland, arresting them. We have 2 icons, 2 legends who passed away this past weekend. So now here we are. And then on top of that, I don't want to lose this. On top of that, we have the occupant of the Oval and the administration aiming to block new funding for coronavirus testing and tracing. Yes, he's trying to block that. That came out this weekend as well. So we have October the 5th. October the 5th is the last day to register to vote in the November 3rd election. Again, with this pandemic, that date may be changing for different cities and states, for different states. We have to raise our voices. Last week, I asked all of you to reach out to contact one person who you believe who is not registered to vote, and get them to register. Again, it takes 10 minutes to do that. This week, I'm asking for something different. I'm asking all of you to email your friends, to put a post on all your social media asking people if they've registered to vote. If they have not registered to vote, I am asking you to put a link on your post. I don't just want you to do it for today. I want you to do it throughout this week. Asking people, send a mass email to your friends and family, asking them. Do a live video, post it on your social media, and ask people if they have not registered to vote, how to vote. Post it on your social media. Put the links, put vote.gov, put iwillvote.com, put rockthevote.org. You can put readypublication.com, and they can link to the Ready to Vote campaign. We need as many voices as possible to vote. So again, if you're just joining me, hit the replay. We have instructions this week. I'm asking you to join me in this movement to register people to vote and then to motivate them to vote. So I had a question early this morning about Kanye West, saying I thought he suspended his campaign, yet he was in Charleston, South Carolina, doing a campaign rally. I cannot speak for Kanye West. I have no idea what Kanye is doing. But this is what I know. We absolutely cannot sit at home on this election and or write in somebody. We really have 2 choices, and you have to decide between the 2, and you may not like either one of them. You have to think, what could be the worst case scenario if one gets in the office over the other? It's down to that. But when we are voting and when we are raising our voices, we do make a difference. We really do make a difference. By now I'm very passionate about this. We have to do something. So here's the thing. Here's what I'm asking you to do. And I want to read, I was looking for this tweet. I want to read this tweet that Keisha Lance Bottoms posted on her Twitter account. She says, in addition to being sued over a mask mandate and voluntary advisory guidelines on COVID-19, now these are voluntary advisory guidelines on COVID-19, she has at Gov Kemp has asked for an emergency injunction to restrain me from issuing press statements and speaking to the press. She says, far more have sacrificed too much more for me to be silent. So she's not going to be silent. And thank God for that. She's not going to be silent. So this week, collectively, and share with other people, collectively, let's bombard our social media, pleading and asking our followers, our friends, our family to register to vote. And if they have not registered to vote, we need to give them the information. Vote.gov, vote.com, iwillvote.com, rockthevote.org, and they can also go to readypublication.com and click the Ready to Vote campaign icon. This is important. If you're sending an email, tell your story. Tell your story about you voting. Tell your story about what's on the line. Tell people, let them hear your heart as to why you are wanting them to register to vote and why collectively we must raise our voices and vote. We have a Black woman, and yes, I'm singling her out. We have a Black woman where the governor is trying to silence her, and he has already sued her for implementing a mask mandate because she decided to put people over politics and over profit. She wants her people in the city of Atlanta to be safe. And again, both Athens and Savannah, Georgia's mayors also have a mandate, but he didn't sue them. He didn't go after the two men. And those are two Democratic mayors. He didn't go after them. He is going after her. So how I want to end today, and you have your assignment for this week. You have the assignment. If you're just joining me, hit the replay button. Hit the replay button. So for the inspirational message, I'm calling us to pray for Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms. I'm calling us to pray for the United States of America. I'm calling us to pray. I'm calling us this week into a time of prayer. And out of James chapter 5, verse 16, it says, the prayers of the righteous avail much. In the NIV, it says, the prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. So y'all, we have to pray because the prayers of the righteous avail much. And then the NIV, the prayers of a righteous person is powerful and effective. And I believe we can be powerful and effective this week by praying for Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms and for making sure we are raising our voices so we can get out and vote. Please. It says, please expound more on the impact of a write-in vote. Okay, let me talk about that real quick. And thank you for asking the question, Michelle. When you are writing in someone, and I understand, we have a right to vote. We want to express our right to vote. So we write in a candidate. Well, first of all, you may be the only person writing in that candidate. And if you're doing that, you may think you're just one person, or you may even just choose to stay home thinking, I'm just one of the few people staying home. But when you do that, you are helping one of the other candidates win. Because that vote becomes, okay, it's a vote, it's being counted, but here's one for, let's say you wrote me in. Don't do that, but let's say you do that. You write me in. Who am I? First of all, I don't have any background to run for that office. Second of all, no one else is going to write me in. So that's a vote. Yes, but I can't even get part of the Electoral College. So you even have that to come in there. You have to have so many Electoral College numbers to win. This is not a popular voting thing, which we saw that with Hillary and the occupant in 2016. We saw the same thing happen there. So we have to look at, these are our two candidates, the current occupant, and then we have the former Vice President Joe Biden. Those are our candidates. So we have to make a decision which person we want to vote for. You have to look at morals. You have to look at values. You have to look at policies. You have to look at what their platform really is, not sound bites and not commercials. Look and see what executive orders the current occupant has signed into law. You have to look at what has been taken away that you benefit from previously. You have to look at your taxes. You have to look at your business. You have to look at unemployment. You have to look at healthcare. You have to look at foreign policy. There are so many things you have to look at. This is not about just checking a box. This is about doing your research and doing your homework, understanding who it is that you have on the table before you pull that lever to vote. You have to look at the entire landscape when you're voting. This is not a popularity contest. It really isn't. It really isn't. And I even think for many of us, we need to understand the history of voting and how it came to be, even for people that look like me have an opportunity to vote. That's something that's not being taught in the classroom these days. That's something we're not teaching, and we have to teach this. We have to come up with a curriculum. Y'all, we really at this point have to change the narrative and do what we need to do so that we can get out factual information to other people. Yes, y'all, I am that passionate about this. I am that passionate about it. Last week, I don't know how many people I came into contact with over social media. I'm still social distancing. I'm still under a stay-at-home order, so to speak. But I was just reaching out to people. Are you registered to vote? You would be amazed of how many people said, I'm registered, but I'm just not feeling Joe. And I'm not going to vote for the occupant. Okay, you don't have to feel anybody, but you have to look at the landscape. You have to look at it. We have to give this urgency of the reason why we must vote. The urgency behind that. Come on, I just read to you that they're wanting to suppress the numbers. The CDC has not reported numbers since Thursday. The numbers I received came from the World Health Organization. Why isn't the CDC reporting these coronavirus numbers? These are questions we need to ask. Why does one administration have so much power that they will take away from us to telling us these numbers? This is how we have to look at this, people. And I know I'm going on and on and on, so I'm going to wrap this up. But here's our challenge. This is how I'm challenging you this week. We had two legends, again, that passed away on Friday. Two legends. We have to restore the Voting Rights Act. Representative Clyburn is trying to put that motion on the floor. From there, what are we willing to do to raise our voices, to get people to understand the importance of voting and then voting, exercising our right to vote? We have the numbers. We need to stop making mass mandate a political thing and understand this is a health thing. This is a community thing. This is a people thing. Beyond that, we have the governor of Georgia suing the mayor of Atlanta, a black woman, and then now trying to give her a gag order to get her to stop talking. This is why we vote. You may say, well, I don't live in Georgia. I don't live in Atlanta. But it all makes a difference. Every dot connects when it comes to voting. We have to stop looking at it at just my area and look at it, okay, here's grassroots. I have to make sure I'm taking care of this, but I have to understand how my grassroots voting, my local, my community voting is connecting the dots to every other office. So, the prayers of the righteous availeth much. The prayers of the righteous availeth much. So let's pray this week. Let's flood our social media with all the links of how people can register to vote. Let's send out an email to all of our followers, a mass email to all of our friends and family. Do a live if you have to. Do a live if you have to. Before I sign off, and I saw Dr. Charles Ferguson come on. He and his wife, I understand, did a live video about trying to get testing for the coronavirus. They thought their son wasn't doing well, needed to go get a test, and just the roadblocks they received in getting testing for the coronavirus. So then again, I read to you, there's news, and some of this news is hidden, so you have to go and Google this for yourself. The administration is trying to stop and trying to block funding for testing. Why? These are the questions we need to ask. All right, y'all, I have gone beyond my 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I want you to Google this for yourself. We have our assignment. Yes, I'm serious about it. Let's move forward, okay? I'm Gail Dudley. Peace out. Until tomorrow, have a great day.